Hello everyone, this is Aya from Hinawi Software. Our topic for today is about a very special part of the HRMS reports, which is the status. So we are going to discuss the status of both employees and their activities, and also the status of the salaries and the salary sheets. So as we can see here, I'm logged in from admin account, and this is a sample data file which contains multi-companies all sample data. First, we are going to go through the HRMS reports, and then as we can see here, you will find the status. So in the status, you will be selecting either the employee status, of course, along with their activities, and also the salary status. Let's have a look at each one of them and compare the outputs and the results which are displayed in each window. So in the employee status list, as we can see here, we will be filtering the company. So here you will be selecting which company you want to see that results for. Let's say, for example, Petra Uni Workshop. And then from here, as of date, we will select the year starting from, let's say, 2019, January 1st. And then let's click on View. All employee names will be displayed along with their departments, positions, and from here you will be seeing different statuses. It starts by first telling us which type this employee is, so each employee, whether timesheet or HR employee, and then there are 3 statuses for the employee himself or herself before we start talking about the activities status. So the first status of this employee is that he's active. So here it either says active or inactive. So in our case, in this row, it's active. And then here, the work status. So whether that employee is a regular employee or still a test period. Of course, there is a complete setup about this in the HRMS settings, where you can decide how long that employee is going to last as a test period employee. So here you will be seeing whether regular or test period. And then in the third column, you will be seeing whether on work or end of service. So in case any of the employees are going through an end of service activity or is on an end of service, it will be displayed here. Otherwise, it will be displayed as on work. Then it will start by showing us the activities statuses, starting with the leave. So is this employee on leave? Yes or no? Is this employee's salary stopped or active? So no here means the salary is not stopped. What is the payment mode for this employee? So is he or she taking their salaries by cash, check, or bank? End of service? No. Is there any loan for this employee? No. Is this employee assigned to timesheet? Here it says yes. Notice here that the employee's type is timesheet. So by default, the assigning to timesheet here is going to be yes. Compare this row with the row after it, because this employee's type is human resources. Therefore, he or she is not assigned to timesheet. Notice here again, this employee type is timesheet. Therefore, here, yes, he is assigned to timesheet. Now, let's see here, is he assigned or she assigned to any projects? So, assigning that employee to timesheet doesn't necessarily mean that he or she has a project being assigned to. So in this case, for example, the employee is assigned to timesheet, yes, but not assigned to project. Is he or she assigned to shift? The answer is no, and this is very useful information because it tells us that timesheet is not going to be created unless that shift is assigned to. So it has to be like any employee's type who is timesheet, and we want to create a timesheet form for that employee. He or she must have some points that are assigned or that are activated, such as the timesheet, that's the first step, the shifts or projects, the locations, many things are very important before you start actually creating the timesheet. So in this case, it says that the employee is not assigned to timesheet. Is there any assigned to supervisor? So is there any supervisor for this employee? The answer here is no. Is there any latest timesheet? The answer is no. And this is a very expected result because he or she's not assigned to shift. And then here there's no status of timesheets or created from because it wasn't ever created. So here it's not created, not approved. And notice here that the salary status is not created, nor approved, nor paid. And this is also expected because salary sheets cannot be created for timesheet employees when the timesheet itself is not created. So the steps must be followed in order. The timesheet first must be created, and then salary sheet can be created, approved, and paid. This is very different from HR employees because HR employees do not have any timesheet created at all. They don't have any shifts. They just instantly have their salary sheets created without creating any timesheet at all. And then here we have 3 or 2 columns regarding the reminder category. So here, is there any missing documents, whether yes or no? Is there any expiry documents before 30 days, whether yes or no? And the last but not least column we have here is passport with. So passport with tells us whether the passport is currently with employee or with company, because this activity also exists in Hinawi Software where you can select passport is currently with whom, and this might be useful depending on the company or depending on the country. Some companies require specific specifications, such as, for example, for the passport to be with them or with the employee, and we have a complete video about this. So here you can export to Excel and you can also print this easily. So this is the first status report which we saw here, which is the employee status report. The second type of status report is the salary status. So let's see here how the salary status looks like. It's very simple. All you have to do is select the year and the type of employee, whether human resources or timesheet. But keep in mind that this will be reading from the default company which you have selected. So here, for example, when we go to the file menu and then we go to set up modules, as we can see here, there is the HRMS settings, but we're not going to go through the HRMS general settings. We are going to just have a look at the default company. So here, currently in the default company, you have Hinawi sample file selected. And by the way, this is displayed easily for any user, not specifically the admin, because it's not settings, it's just default that each user can specify to his or her PC. So here, when Hinawi sample file is selected, in this case, when we go to status and then salary status, and then, for example, we want here to see 2019, and then when we search this and print it, notice here the title is going to be Hinawi sample file. Since that company is selected as the default, it will show us the salary sheets for the months, whether created or not, whether approved or not, and paid or not. So this is how you can select your company, and based on that you can have your report. Let's have a look here at the HRMS settings in the default company. Let me change that company where we can see how it will affect the status report. Let me, for example, select here Petra Uni Workshop. Now after that, I will go follow the same steps exactly. Go to the HRMS reports and then go to status and then go to salary status and then select 2019 and then search. It's going to display some answers here, some numbers, whether yes or no, created, not created, which month it is, which year. Let me now click on print. Notice here it is again changed depending on the company I have just changed it to. and it will show me all the answers I need to know, whether paid, whether created, for Hinawi Software companies or multi-companies which are created in it. So this was our video topic for today. I hope it was simple and very easy to understand. Basically, the idea is that you can filter the status you want based on the activity you want, or based on the salary sheet you have selected, and instantly have your report created for you. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to watch our other videos and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.